Situation on your movie. I just, my name is Wafa, by the way. I don't know whether you aware or not, but this whole movie has been uploaded on YouTube.
Has been what?
Uploaded on YouTube, and it already gained like 17,000 viewers. So, is there any action will be taken since the movie is being shown in cinema?
Well, I mean, whatever people take snippets of it and put it on the internet, that's not the film. This is the film. I mean, people can take little pieces and things like that. All it does is really help promote the movie. I mean, it helps let people know that the movie's out there. The way to see this film, if you want to see the film in its entirety and in all of its beauty, is to go to the movie theater. Say we're going to be in 50 cinemas across Malaysia and Brunei, and this is your opportunity to see a story that relates to the history of Malaysia, the history of Sarawak, and this whole region. And we try to bring that alive on the big screen.
But so what I'm saying is that what has been already in YouTube is the whole movie, included the uncensored version.
Well,
so
that's their version of the film, and it's very poor quality. It's not the same as watching it in a movie theater. I didn't even consider watching it on your phone and in blurry YouTube is garbage. I mean, I wouldn't.
So there will
I
be
wouldn't
no
wish my worst enemy to see the film that way.
So that means there will be no law action will be taken to.
I have no plans. That's really, you'd have to ask the distributor. But we certainly. I mean, all it really does. I mean, piracy exists in the industry. It's notoriously difficult in this region to control piracy, but in many other countries as well. So it's not just Malaysia. We had the same issue in Latin America. We had the same issue in the Middle East, all over, in Europe, in the U.S. I mean, there's some degree of it that happens everywhere. There are just stronger protections in some countries than in others. But in the end, I mean, many people that watch some blurry, trashy version on YouTube. I mean, they're not cinema customers. They're not people that appreciate fine film. If you want to see a beautiful movie, then go to the movie theater. See the proper film.
like I said, talking about
the movie has debuted in the US, right?
Yes. It was released
2 years
by
back, right?
It was released by Samuel Goldman Films. Got very good reaction and good response. Also in Europe, in the UK, and Australia. And we just recently sold the distribution rights to Africa. So it's being seen all over the world. Latin America.
Was it probably the reaction like in the US?
Oh, we got a really positive reaction. We got some rave reviews from the critics, and the audiences have responded really favorably.
So when we talk about historical movie, it's very tricky because some might say it seems one-sided. So, I mean, from the point of view of local, some people feel uncomfortable when watching it. So, what did you do to find a common ground? So at least there is no biasness in this movie while you shooting it.
I think it begins with research, and we researched everything from original historical documents, and then we also involved Malaysians, Sarawakians, the Brook Heritage Trust was involved in making the film and served as technical advisors, and there was great attention. We also had as our partners in the film the Sarawak Tourism Board and FINAS, the federal FEMI rebate and FINAS authorities. So we relied on, in addition, our cast. We had Malaysian actors from Peninsular Malaysia. We had Sarawakian actors who were authentic. The gentleman, Peter John, who plays the Orang Kaya, is in fact that Orang Kaya is his great grandfather, is his ancestor, and he's the tribal chieftain that is the direct descendant of that role. And Peter is also an activist for indigenous rights, and so he has enormous knowledge. He helped us translate. You'll notice there are 5 languages spoken in this film. There is English, there is Malay, there is, I'm sorry?
Indonesia.
No, there is Dayak
Dayak.
language, and there is Chinese, and there is Arabic.
Oh yes,
So,
yes.
and in fact, we even have different dialects, slightly different forms of Malay. We have Sarawakian Malay, we have Bruneian Malay,
Yeah.
and we have
Dayak.
Peninsular Malay,
Peninsular Malay.
that is spoken by Subu. Because Subu in real life
Yes,
was from
Peninsular.
what is today Peninsular Malaysia.
Mr. Rob, how long the production take the time to make the research for this history?
I mean, I happened on this story about 15 years ago, so I started working on it. Now it's been 3 years since we've shot the film, so I would say about 12 years altogether, from research to writing to rewriting and rewriting and rewriting, and then finally casting and making the film.
Quite long.
Okay.
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 All right. Thank you, Mr. Rob.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Congrats again.
Congratulations.